with a broadcast from Los Angeles, the home of the Clippers, the Staples Center. Looking at Toronto, they want to turn it around after the loss to Chicago and the Bulls in the Windy City.
Throughout the first half, even into the third quarter, they had the game totally under control. But man, they just fell apart, collapsed in the fourth quarter. They should not have lost this game.
I think they thought it was over, and then they kind of relaxed. Sometimes that's all it takes. You got to keep playing until the final buzzer.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Lowry and DeRozan, they're the backcourt. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Ross in at the small forward position.
DeMar DeRozan, a first-time All-Star last year, improved his long-range shooting. On wing threes up around 40%, and that allowed him to shoot the best overall three-point percentage of his career.
Here is Lowry. Clippers able to drain the 3. He feeds it to DeRozan. Got a piece of it. And it's Miller penetrates. Oh! Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure.
That's good.
That's the way to work the ball in close to the hoop guy.
Griffin passes to Johnson. Back to Griffin. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
DeMar DeRozan is starting to piece it together. I mean, we see him up in his scoring average. He's shooting it better. He's passing the ball more confident. He's becoming more efficient. You know, after a big extension from the Raptors, I think they've got to be pleased with this progress.
Here's DeRozan following the basket by Blake Griffin. And DeRozan, here we go. Miller grabs the miss. For Los Angeles, they've gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Kicks it out to Paul. Beyond the arc. No luck. And Toronto will go the other way with it. And guys, when you look at DeRozan, where can he take the next step?
Well, he has the physical tools to be an elite perimeter defender. And he's made strides, definitely, but he has the potential, I think, to be even better than what he is right now. They got right to the rim, but got hammered once he got there by the defense.
That was a nice job taking it strong and forcing his way to the line. Well done.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
That's good. And here is Los Angeles now. 6-point lead. They come in fresh off the win against the Warriors.
And they were nearly flawless offensively in that win. Once they got rolling, they just did not stop.
My kind of performance to watch, guys. Efficient and very strong.
Moss, that's good.
He kind of threaded the needle with that pass into the paint.
Here's Miller. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Johnson against Lowry. Johnson kicks to Miller. Lowry brings the double. The drive by Jordan, and fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. That's on Patrick Patterson. DeAndre Jordan leading the NBA last season in 3 separate categories, Steve. Rebounding, slam dunks, and field goal percentage.
Yeah, those last 2 are related, of course. You look at his shot chart, and it's basically a green dot right around the basket. I mean, pretty much all of his attempts coming right at the rim, mostly on putbacks or lobs.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
You know, one story that didn't get a lot of press last season, 2 days after the Bledsoe trade had been given the go-ahead, the ownership tried to back out of it. The trade was already public news, and Doc Rivers actually threatened to quit before their ownership backed down.
Fires from 18. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Raptors trail by 9. And Lowry gets double teamed, and Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And for J.J. Redick, that shakeup must have been tough. His contract with the Clippers was contingent on the break.
And Kevin reported that Doc Rivers leaned on ownership pretty hard, saying, hey, I shook hands on this. Don't make me look bad here. Our reputation's at stake. It all worked out, but a reminder of Clippers' rather dysfunctional past. Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Now's when they need a little spark anyway. He's showing some kind of killer instinct. He's trying to stretch this lead out.
Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive. I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
Lowry dishes to Ross, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. We'll go to Dorisburg, who spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. What's the news, Doris?
I asked him about the challenge of containing Chris Paul, and he said, well, he's one of the best in the business, maybe the best. There's really nothing he can't do. But, fellas, he said matching CP3's intensity on the court and making it work defensively. Back to you.
And thank you, Doris.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far to say, Clark, that was a punctuation mark.
I can feel that.
Sending a message.
Yes, sir.
A message and put it on the highlight reel for later.
They double him with Jordan. Johnson, the shot's good. Vasquez making the play.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And Stevenson kicks to Paul. Here's Griffin. Again, Griffin missing.
Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that.
And that one's good.
Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid-fire offense early.
Now here's Griffin. Against Golden State, he was really on his game. Vasquez kicks to Williams. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And, Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
You know, it's interesting to look at the relationship between Blake Griffin and Chris Paul. Blake, the unquestioned top dog until CP3 arrived 3 seasons ago, and Paul, of course, such a vocal leader. I think it's taken them some time to find the balance in that dynamic.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in.
And Griffin, you know, not quite as outspoken, doesn't get into teammates like Chris Paul does, but he is becoming more of a vocal leader, and that's a process, guys. It doesn't happen right away. He may focus more on encouragement rather than giving marching orders like CP3, but he is embracing that leadership role, which is a good sign.
Paul Pierce is checked in for Blake Griffin. Ross, that's good.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Now, here's Stevenson after the miss from Crawford. Paul outside. Just 5 on the clock. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Doc Rivers said coming in, one of his goals was to help Griffin really solidify his standing as one of the league superstars along with CP3, with the emphasis certainly on defense.
Well, and I think Doc has accomplished that, and Griffin has accomplished that. He's gotten much better in terms of his offensive weapons, his defensive awareness, just his command of a double team when he sees that. And Griffin has become a true superstar, no doubt about it.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
And the story of this game in the early stages is just how well they've been shooting the ball.
Steve, their percentage from the floor is really impressive up to this point.
Here's Paul. Williams with the block. But they recover. Stevenson drives in. They get it back. Paul can't get that one to fall. Shot is off. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Clippers lead by 8. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
It's a special...
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Pretty good start defensively. This club forced some mistakes and took advantage, and that's how they've built this lead.
And they've built the lead because not only have they forced turnovers, but they've taken care of the ball themselves. So that's a winning combination.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Toronto right now, Williams, the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's DeRozan in at the 3 slot.
Raptors surprised people in a lot of ways last season. The number one for me was just how strong they were on the road.
And, you know, that's hard to do for a team like the Raptors who had new parts injected mid-season. To come together and win the way they did on the road, boy, that's impressive.
Now here's Lowry. 14 points from him the last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
And Kevin, he was amazing defensively as well. I mean, he was racking up steals left and right.
Well, to illustrate how good the Raptors were on the road, Steve, last year they finished with a 22-19 road record.
And in perspective, that was the same record that the Heat had last year. And it was actually a game better than the Pacers. So the Raptors played very well on the road.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. DeRozan against Stevenson. And he gets it to go. And it's 7 points for DeMar DeRozan.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Now here's Lowry. Right now averaging 15 points a game. DeRozan against Stevenson. 17-foot shot on the way. Just 3 to shoot. Puts up a 3. Here's Valanciunas. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Shot's good.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
And the Raptors call time here.
Valanciunas, a young big man with some offensive promise. He can score on the left block. He's developing a nice touch from mid-range. Very intriguing player with that size and skill set.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Los Angeles. Griffin comes in for Lance Stevenson. Shots good by Miller.
He played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Lowry drives in on the wing, Williams. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And Valanciunas, a mobile 7-footer with good hand. It's a nice start.
It's always a great place to start when you're a big guy. Can you catch it? Not only good passes, but can you catch bad ones and finish around the rim? He can do all of that.
A poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Miller, the pass to Griffin. Shoots a finger. Again, Los Angeles.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway. Take the shot that's available.
Now here's DeRozan. He's coming off a 13-point game against Chicago. Here's Valanciunas. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 5 assists in the game.
And the bounce pass was the key to the play.
Griffin inside. Patterson defending. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Let's see some of the numbers here for DeMar DeRozan. The last 10 games for him have been very nice. He's putting up about 16 points a game, 4 assists and 5 rebounds. Certainly not numbers he should be disappointed in, but we know what a high standard he holds himself to.
Well, quite honestly, I hope he's not disappointed. I mean, he's been giving them major contributions on a daily basis.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, gentlemen,